Gentlemen, the Fijian Elections Office has opened all its voter registration centers around the country, and we will keep it open and operational even until Elections Day. It will be open on Election Day, 14th of December, and Fijians who would like to get a card on the day before they go to their polling places can do so at any of these centers right up until Election Day. Ladies and gentlemen, the following services will only be available at the voter registration centers. First and foremost, we will only do replacement of cards. We will not be doing any more changes. We will not be able to update your address, and we will certainly not be able to amend your polling venue now that the writ has been issued. So the information that is already on the National Register of Voters will simply be reprinted on the latest upgraded voter card, and you will be able to access that. We cannot also correct any other details, as I have said, and the charges, the cost is remaining at a free of cost for this exercise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have 20 voter services centers that will be operational across all 4 divisions, and they will be open between 8:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. on weekdays and from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekends. The Fijian Elections Office website contains a list of all the voter services centers that are operational throughout the country, and you may visit our website. We will be posting up the voter service centers addresses and details on our Facebook page as well, so you can go there and you can get that information. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to also announce that the Fijian Elections Office has finalized the tentative 2022 general election pre-poll schedule. This time around, we are publishing the pre-poll schedule on the writ day plus 10 ahead of the earlier publication times that we had, ahead of the publication times that we had in earlier elections. This is so that this information can disseminate into all the communities earlier than previous elections, and at the same time allow all of them to prepare for the arrival of the voter services teams. These teams will be conducting elections in those locations. Ladies and gentlemen, all the pre-poll schedules are currently tentative, and of course, subject to any comments that we may receive, we will review it. But largely it should remain the same, because these schedules have been published based on consultations that we have already had. In the Eastern Division, these schedules are made dependent on the ship captains and the time for the tide, as well as the berthing possibilities at various islands. As you know, some of the places are not easy to reach, even though they look easy on the map. So the schedule is going to be uploaded to the Fijian Elections Office website straight after this press conference, and you can access it. Special note to all the people who have contacts with Turangani Koros and in the rural areas and the regions in which we are conducting pre-poll. Please check the times and inform them accordingly, so that they can also inform the respective villages living in those areas. The pre-poll schedule also contains the list of timings and dates for disciplinary forces under the law, and the members of the disciplined forces ought to take note of their polling venue and the time and date for their election at that venue. As I have said, we will not be allowing any other person to be added to the voter list, and at the polling station, if you are not at the polling station that you are supposed to be voting at, never mind you have turned up to a polling station on an island that you are on and you will not be able to go back, we will not allow you to vote. And this is a special notice to particularly tourism workers who have in the last 2 elections attempted to vote and pre-poll despite not having amended their addresses on the National Register of Voters. Please note that for this 2022 general election, we will not allow any person who is not from that polling station to vote, except if you have an absentee certificate. That is only given to the Fijian Elections Office staff for election day only. There are no absentee certificates for pre-poll voting. So please take note, 14th of December is the date. If you are not at the venue that you have been allocated to vote at on 14th of December, please apply for a postal ballot. Postal ballots are still open, and as of today, we have approved 1,555 postal applications, and postal applications will be closing on 23rd of November 2022. In addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, as I announced yesterday, the Fijian Elections Office grand final or grand finale for the Know Your Election quiz competition is going to take place on the 27th of November. The registrations for this quiz will start at 12 noon tomorrow, and teams who are interested to participate must register for this quiz competition from tomorrow. As I have announced, the prizes are as follows. The top 5 teams in the quiz competition will take away $500 each, and the next 5 teams will get $200 each, and then there are consolation prizes. I must say there is some surprise prizes that we are still working on, and we will be making those announcements closer to the 27th of November. All in all, the quiz competition works in your favor because you get to know more about elections, electoral processes, and the history of elections in Fiji, while at the same time you're in the run to make some good cash.